pulling me over for lights that I had on the car a long time ago, but we won't get into that. But you know, I really think that even though you may agree to disagree civilly, which is nothing wrong with that, I just think it's counterproductive. And again, you know, not to get into that thing again, but I think you just go farther showing who you are. And I think there's a lot of look, a lot of the leads I've gotten here, I've gotten stories about sleepy 911 operators. I've gotten stories about racist cops posting the nastiest things about former First Lady Michelle Obama. I've gotten so many leads, and we all have our sources, and they're confidential. You know how that is. And a lot of them, I can tell you right now, have been current, and mostly the majority of them that have been law enforcement have been retired. So I know for a fact there's people that they may not agree with everything we do, but trust me on this. Trust me. There are law enforcement officers who watch my channel, who watch your channel, and again, they're not Bulletsponge Bob and Davy V fans necessarily. I wouldn't get that, you know. I wouldn't jump on that. But they do respect, you know, for example, my story. You know, and if nothing else, hey, you got to respect someone who is passionate about something they truly believe in and who doesn't hide. So again, I'll leave it alone, but I just think I think you did good. And that is your real face, correct? That is your real face. I'm making sure you ain't rocking no mask.
No, it's a real one.
But you know what I mean. I think you did good with that. I think that, me personally, I think that was a good choice. I couldn't imagine laughing, you know, because this guy's got a very humorous side, which I think is very important, and I'm guilty of not having enough. But even the police encounters, if you notice, really check out his channel. And again, I'll put the link and subscribe. And he has just a smooth kind of humorous, and humor can get you a long way. And again, he doesn't bash cops. He's not about that. But I really, you know, I couldn't imagine me watching you and you have a mask on. I couldn't imagine that. I think you made the right move.
I could almost kick myself for not wearing the mask the first time, because the next day I pulled in my driveway after driving a half mile and got pulled over.
Yep.
I had the camera going, so when he walked up and he saw the camera, I says, "All right, what you pull me over for?" "Oh, your license plate lights don't work." So
and let's say who that was. I'm sorry, that was Wayne, right?
That was
Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
Wayne County Sheriff's Department.
Yep. Wayne County, New York.
That tells me, after he left, I checked, my tail lights worked fine, that they were out. I even had a mechanic verify it the next day, but they worked great. So he had to have a reason to pull me over. That was his reason.
Of
to
course.
Pull me over.
Again, the foot in the door I spoke about.
The reason they pulled me over is they were just letting me know they knew who I was. Now, whether they got it off their cameras and then got it off a face recognition program, more than likely, that's how they found out where I was and where I lived. And I hadn't got a ticket in 30 years. Well, no, like I told David, I got one, but I got out of it. But I haven't been found guilty of any tickets in 30 years.
But still, right, you're not tearing up the streets out here. Exactly. It's no, there was a reason for that, and we know what it was. You know what I mean? And you know that does happen.
But the silly thing is that they've always known who I am and where I am. They just didn't know it was me till they found out it was me, and then like, oh, okay, it's him.
Right. Absolutely.
But no, I've had a good rapport with police. I think you can make headway with police just talking to them. You're not going to make headway, like I said earlier, if you confront them and start being argumentative.
Right.
You're not going to make headway with anybody. Think of
or with a mask. No, I'm just kidding.
Think of somebody coming up and yelling at you. How you're going to react? You're going to just like stand off too, and your back's going to be bristled and everything else, and you're really not going to hear what they're saying, or you're going to hear it, but you're not going to listen to what they're going to say, because like, well, this guy's just going to be an asshole. I just got to get him out of here, and that's all that's running through their mind.
Yep.
And that.
Because they're gonna, in essence, and we all do it. I mean, me and you, we're all humans. You know what I mean? Cops are human too in the end. You know, I'm not condoning again before people start spitting, because you know, but I believe any human being, just whether they want to or not, automatically shuts off anyone else the minute they start behaving, acting in a certain, I don't know, irrational or over the top kind of way. Extremely over the top. Because I'm a little over the top.
Now the loudest you're going to hear me is when I was in front of the Monroe County Jail, and that one sheriff who's this tall came and stood toe to toe with me and tried to intimidate me. And all I said to him was just a please. I even used the word please. Back up.
Right.
Sternly, but I wasn't cursing and yelling.
Right.
And finally, he just like turned toe and just kicked rocks and did the walk of shame.
Absolutely.
Because I stood my ground. A lot of people are going, oh crap, now he's right in my face.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm sorry.
Right.
Don't be that way.
Right. Well, you used a genuine technique, which is deflection or whatever you call it. It's you know, it's protective, but it's not necessarily aggressive. You know what I mean? It's firm. It's holding your ground and letting them know, you know. Listen, it's been a pleasure. It really, really has. But before we wrap it up, any closing words? One thing that I was going to ask you earlier is this. Anyone at home right now thinking of, you know, doing their, you know, their, to be honest, what I believe, again, not to get dramatic here, what I believe is a service to this country are folks that are in many ways ensuring that, again, those rights that are in that Constitution. My dad used to say the sad thing about this country, which is beautiful and has so much to offer. My dad was so right. He was like ahead of his time. He would say this in the 80s, is that the Constitution of the United States is like a document that's just hanging, put away somewhere. But in many forms, and we see it every day, it's being violated by the very same people who take an oath to uphold the Constitution. So anyone at home right now that wants to do their part in making sure that our rights are not just eradicated, unfortunately, like some police officers could give two shits about or are totally clueless about it, about our rights. Any advice for them in closing?
Well, first off, one thing I tell everybody to get is the pocket Constitution for your phone. That way you can go through it and find out everything in the Constitution, all the amendments for, right here, the interactive Constitution. I don't know if you can pick it up. But
Yeah, I believe they can see it. Yep, there, keep it right there. Interactive Constitution.
learn it. Before you even go out here doing this stuff, learn the Constitution. Don't go out there saying, well, I think. Because if you go out there saying, I think, the cops got you. They go, oh, you think? You don't know. You want to go out there knowing your rights. Not saying that knowing your rights is going to keep your rights upheld. They're going to probably get broken by some bad cop or even Joe Blow on the street. And that's the ones you really got to watch out for, the civilians. I'm out there filming. I try not to film any civilians at all. You know, and if they walk by, no, I'm not trying to film you. You know, but because they don't have the same governor that most cops do. They're like, oh, I say you can't film me, and then you're
Right.
duking. You know, and that's not what you want. Even though if you know how to fight, you really don't want to do that either. Just because they're ignorant, and a lot of people are ignorant. But as far as the police and that, if you're going out there trying to do any auditing, follow the auditors first. Watch a bunch of them. You're going to, trust me, if you start following them, you're going to be sitting there getting
Swap this way.
blood boiling at times.
Starting to rain out here, so we're just trying to get a little better cover here.
Your blood's going to boil at times like it did me. For years, I followed Davy. I followed the other amendment. And I felt guilty that I wasn't out there doing it too. But I knew I couldn't, from the position I was at the time, running a company, being an actor and everything else, pretty much at that time, everything would have gone right out the window. Now I'm retired. I don't have to worry about work. Acting, well, I'm still me. And it seems that actors in Hollywood get to voice their opinion, so heck with it. I'm going to too, so that shouldn't affect me.
Absolutely.
But before you go out there, follow the other auditors. If you want to know what auditors are there, go to my channel, go down to who I subscribe to.
And again, I'm going to link it on the description here.
Sub to Davy too, and find all the good ones, and just watch them once in a while when they go live out on the street, or watch some of the videos where they had interactions, and learn your amendments, learn your rights before you go out there. You just don't assume you know your rights. You're going to have to learn about Poster 7 if you're going to post offices. You're going to have to learn everything that's in there that's written out about what you can and cannot do, or what they should or should not do. If you're extra ingenuitive, try to get, if you know you're going to a certain police department or area, get their codes of contact. You can find them online. Their policies are usually, you have to request that.